Okay, so Man U have just completed the signing of Ryan and Mbeumo. Add that to the Mateus Cunha signing from earlier in the summer. And apparently, the reports are saying that our next target is going to be a striker. Okay. Um, we we can look at whether we should, be getting a striker next, what other areas and are more important and stuff. But let's just have a look at what could be the best option to go with the two players that they signed, because it looks like they're going to they're going to play those two behind the striker, right? And Mbeumo and Cunha. So it's a really big moment now who we sign up front. Um, and I thought I'd just go through all of the different options that we've been linked to, different options that have been discussed just in general. And a lot of them have already gone, right? The first choice ones, Osimhen, Gyökeres. We're not getting any of those guys. Ekitike. A lot of the options are gone. That's cool. But we're still left with some interesting options. Yeah. So I'll just read them out. Firstly, you've got Ollie Watkins, got Johan Vissa, we got Benjamin Sesko, John Philippe Mateta, Randall Kolomuani, Dusan Vlahovic, Nicholas Jackson, and Moise Kean. All right. So a whole bunch of different profiles, different types of strikers there. And just first things first, if you could say the three or four strikers on that list that you are most excited about, who would you say, Charlie?
So obviously with Amrim there and his tactics, I think whichever striker we get, it needs to be a striker who, he's good at everything. Who can come collect the ball in his own half because we our midfield is non-existent and it's clear Amrim doesn't like to build up through the middle. So we need a
Kind of
striker who
crazy.
can do, all the work, all the middle build-up work for the team. So out of those players you said, I would say Watkins would be a decent option. He can hold up the ball quite well. Wissa, he'll be. I'll say the top two options for me will be Wissa and Sesko, just because they're very well rounded. I feel like Wissa out of all of those is the best. Like with his back to goal and bringing his teammates into play. And I think we definitely need that from our striker. But we also need our striker to be able to make runs in behind and be clinical in the box. So yeah, man. I mean, we need a lot from a striker in this system. So I just think I think this. I'm not just for the sake of the video. I'm not gonna be so negative. I'm gonna try to just persevere. So I'll say Sesko, Wissa, Watkins and Kolomuani. That'll be my four choices uh out of those strikers. Watkins or Jackson, but Jackson's a bit of a bum in the box. So
Fair enough.
yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Yeah, do you know what? I'm kind of with you. I think the hallmark of a team that's not very good is that you need a striker that can do, like you said, that can do everything. That can hold on to the ball, that can finish. That will get maybe two chances in a game, and will manage to get a goal. Someone that can create, somebody that works hard for the team, back to goal, and yeah. So I guess it shows where we are as a team. But I would say on the list, I think as much as I would like somebody like Moise Kean, Vlahovic, Colin Muani, these are guys in my opinion, are proven finishers, or they're very good when the ball's in the box. They're very clinical. I don't think that's we're not looking for the most clinical. We're looking for the guys that do most of their work outside of the box. So I would say definitely Ollie Watkins is up there. Wissa is another one. I think he's underrated with his out of the box play, and
Yeah.
also I hear what you say about Nicholas Jackson, but to be honest, I think outside of the box, Nicholas Jackson is a dangerous player. Like he's quick, he's super fast, he's super strong. He's not a great dribbler, but he can hold. Like he finds ways to hold onto the ball. He can pass he can create as well. It's a bit of a weird one, but yeah. And then Yeah. Who else is there? Sesko is another good option. I mean, even Mateta's not a bad option as well, but I just don't think. I mean, based on the last season, I don't think we have the creative forces. With yeah. Those are
So
my.
you think for like a Mateta, we would need to be a more creative team to make it work?
I mean, not necessarily, but Crystal Palace do have like a very creative players. They've got Wharton, they've got Munoz who gets forward, they've got Eze, and I don't think we
Mm.
have players of that
I mean,
players like. I mean, no, I'm not saying that we don't have good players, but I'm just saying that players that play those kind of roles to get the ball into the areas that Mateta might require. Anyway, I mean,
right.
he could work, but I just think the other guys are better options.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, and to be fair, my list is very similar to you guys. My top four choices were Watkins, Wissa, Sesko, and Jackson. Those are the four who I thought had the all-round game to complement what we have. Again, I agree with what you're saying about Jackson, but yeah, he's a good enough all-rounder, and I trust him when he drops deep to link up, and I know he's gonna be making constant runs.
Yeah.
So at least if that's sorted out, in terms of the tactics, it opens more possibilities for
And
the team to work.
sorry to interrupt, but with Jackson as well, you know that he's not going to get like Hoyland was getting bullied. Hoyland's not really a physical specimen, but Jackson, no one you can't play with Jackson. You can't really play with that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess from that we could kind of take that four because we didn't really include Vlahovic, Keane. You mentioned Kolomwani, but I think
But that's the thing, like some of those guys, like Moise Keane and Vlahovic, they would be in my top four if Amorim wasn't the manager. If we had a manager who actually knows what he's doing and knows how to, knows that you need a midfield to function at the top level. Like, what is this? You know.
yeah, I mean it is kind of mad that we're trying to think of ways to be successful without using your midfield much. It's I've never seen it personally, at the top level of football. But maybe he's got a plan that is new, fresh. I don't know. I'm clutching at straws, man. Okay, so let's say that's the top four, right? Let's try rank them into our first choice, and rank it going downwards. So, and let's try and ignore price for now. We'll get onto price in a bit, but Sesko, Wissa, Watkins, and Jackson. Would I be right in saying Jackson's not going to be number one choice because of the finishing and stuff? Would you say that, Jermaine?
Yeah. He's not my first. He's not my first choice. I mean, if in hindsight we had the same squad as last season, then maybe he might be my number one. But I think because we made improvements in the attack, I don't think he would be bottom of my list. I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. And yeah, I think I'd agree with that as well. Then, and then I guess so. If he's number four, who's your number one choice, Charlie? Out of Sesko, Wissa, and Watkins, who's your number one choice? If you had to pick one,
I would say Wissa because I don't think it'll cost that much. I think all round he's better than Watkins. That's my opinion. And Sesko is close. So obviously Sesko is younger, but 90 million. Sesko's good, but is he that good? Is he gonna really come and be a revolutionary striker for us? I'm not too sure about that. Is he gonna go down in the history books? If you're paying 90 million for a 21-year-old, that's the kind of striker you should be looking for, right?
Mm.
I mean, I know we paid close to that for Haaland. Oh, this club! Oh my god!
Yeah, that was from a time in the past 2 years ago, which is not that long ago. But it's not that long ago. But yeah, no. Let's try and move on from that, I guess. And yeah, I agree. I think it's too much money. He's not there yet. Where if the team has issues and we're gonna have issues just in terms of the balance and creating chances. We are. So if the team has issues and he has to hold up just a lot, and he has to struggle in games, just make runs knowing he's not going to get the ball, hold off 2 or 3 players at a time sometimes, link up play when there's not many options around him. All of that stuff it's going to happen at times, and he's going to have to get used to it as a young player. It's a lot to ask. I think if it wasn't for Price, he would be my first choice from the standpoint of I'm not expecting this next couple of years to go too well. So having him in a couple of years, along with some of the other young players at the club, and then maybe there's a new manager, then that it's a good asset to have. And I think in a different system, that could get the best out of him. I would still be happy with him now if we could afford it. Despite all those reservations, I think he's really quick and he got good link up play. So he's got the stuff we're looking for in a number 9. Good with both feet, like natural finisher. So I would definitely won't complain if we sign him. But yeah, I think I hear that. I'll put him number 1 if it wasn't for the price though. That's what I'd say. And you're number 1, Jermaine?
I would have to agree. I would have to say, in terms of potential, I'll definitely say Sesko. I have this thing where I don't like players to, like, I wouldn't want to bring somebody in if they weren't equipped with everything they need, everything they needed to be successful. So even though I would like Sesko, I think, if with all things considered, I reckon maybe with the transfer budget with the budget we have, I think Brian and Wermo would link up again well with Johan Wissa. I know he's 28. I know he's a bit older, but he wouldn't be so expensive. I think we get a lot of what we really need and what we missed up front. And to be honest, he would potentially be my first. If money wasn't an issue, I'd say he'd probably be my first choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So okay, it looks like we're going for Wissa as the number 9 option, just above Sesko and Watkins. Yeah, that's about right. That's who we think is the logical choice for us to target from now to the end of the window. And if we did sign Wissa, how do you think it would work within the rest of the team and what the signings we've made this summer, Charlie?
I mean, he's already played with Mbeumo. He has experience of playing with him. He knows his game. He clearly complements him well because of the partnership they formed in the last couple of seasons, especially last season. I think he'll suit us. I think he'll suit that attacking line very well. I mean, there's just so much wrong with the club at the moment. It's like we're not gonna see the best of him regardless. So, there's not much I can say really.
Is there not something that can be done here?
No, not if Bruno is starting in the midfield.
Okay,
Nothing.
so that's it. That is the something, right? We know that it's not gonna happen because the choice has been made to reject £100 million offer for him. So now, let's say he was the worst player on the pitch every game for the first 10 games of the season, and it was obvious to everyone, and it just wasn't work. I'm just saying, let's even say, Amram's not gonna take him out of the team because he stuck his neck on the line now. You know,
he put his whole Man United career on Bruno's back.
Exactly.
Just like
Listen. It doesn't matter about him sticking his neck on the line or whatever. Bruno's been here 5 seasons. He's always had patches of 10 games where he's been the worst player on the pitch. He'll always find ways to disguise it because he's a set piece taker. He'll get an assist. He'll get the odd assist. He'll get the odd goal because he takes our penalties as well. This guy could do nothing the whole game, just be absolutely terrible for 90 minutes, someone does well to Ahmad will do well to win a penalty or something. This guy will come and take all the glory because he scored the penalty.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
everyone's talking about Bruno. Come on, man. I'm tired of this, bro. I'm not going through this for another season. Not.
Well, yeah. The I guess what in a world where it was possible he could come out of the team and he was out and we replaced him with Kobe Mainoo, right? If we had Kobe Mainoo there instead of him in the centre mid partnership and we had Mbeumo, Cunha, Wissa front three, and let's say it's Casemiro next to Mainoo, obviously Ugarte is another option, or there's been a few reports that Sekou Kone may be staying with the first team now because Amorim's been impressed over the preseason. Might be a big ask to expect him to play a lot of games, but he's a big talent, right? We're all big fans of him. So let's say there was no Bruno there and you're trying to find a combination with Mainoo and one of the others. Could this system now work?
Yeah, of course. Of course it can. Of course it can.
It could, yeah.
Yeah,
But I say it. Actually, I say that, but this guy doesn't understand football. Amorim. Like, I don't like
Why
the
do you
way
say
he
that?
was. Like, okay, let's say we have Mainoo and Kone in midfield, yeah. In one magical way, that becomes our midfield partnership. This guy, he doesn't like to play through the middle. He doesn't like his midfielders to hold on to the ball. He doesn't like them to be the focal point of the build-up. He likes his wing backs to be the focal point of the build-up.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna have them two in the middle, have Dallo and Mazraoui wing back, or Dorgu and Dallo wing back, or hopefully Ahmad and Dorgu, and it's still gonna be too much work for them. I mean, obviously it'll be like Mainoo and Kone would make it easier for them. Mainoo and Kone, two of the best centre midfield players, like with the ball at their feet that you'll find. Yeah. And you don't want to use them to their strengths. It's craziness, man. It's craziness. The guy said Mainoo should be left attacking mid.
Yeah.
Left attacking mid just because he can dribble.
Yeah, it's the way he sees the game, I guess. It's very different. And yeah, I agree with you. I think if Mainoo was the right centre mid, right? Linking up with Ahmad.
But look,
Yeah, but if he links up with Ahmad, for example, and Mbeumo in front of him, got Mazraoui right centre back. Even if you are playing through your wing backs out wide, Mainoo helps a lot with that because he's good in possession, good under pressure. When he's being pressed, he can turn, and that's it. He can turn in any direction, reset if he needs to, or he can dribble past players if there's space to. He can do everything. So he just helps the link up be way more fluid down that side. And yeah, Sekou Kone, I think he developed into a player that could do the same, as a partner. So in that world, I think there's hope, but there's not much hope for that world at United. So yeah, but it was a fun conversation to have.
You projected 100 million for Bruno. Dream on, mate.
Yeah,
nothing's happening this season.
Yeah. Okay. So just to confirm, if Bruno starts, we sign Wissa. How's it looking this season? Just rough top 10.
Maybe I don't know. Again,
Premier's hard.
Yeah, man. Everyone else is improved. I mean, Brighton need to come out of the top 10 because I don't know what they're doing.
The signing Sunderland have made this summer. Like, they're not messing
about.
Sunderland? Like Premier's difficult, man. Premier's difficult.
Yeah, bro. It's a tough league.
Their midfield's better than our midfield with Bruno and Ugarte or Bruno and Casemiro.
Well, yeah, definitely.
They'll win that battle.
Yeah,
they'll win it.
Yeah, they will.
You just have to rely on Kant.
Yeah. Okay. And just to finish off, Marcus Rashford about to complete his move to Barcelona. It's a loan deal with a view to a £26 million buy option. I think we're not going to be paying any of his wages, so that's a positive. He's taking a wage cut to go to Barcelona. played there. Just any quick thoughts? What's your general feelings about Rashford, Jermaine? How do you see it going? How do you feel about him? Everything like that.
It's Marcus really. That's the kind of player we need right now in the team. I don't personally think it's gonna. I don't think it can go badly for him. Like even if they don't use him as a starter, like they have enough games over the season for him to come in and show what he's got and to link up with Lamine Yamal. Like I think for him it's just it's a good scenario, you know. Yeah, I'm kind of happy.
Yeah,
I'm happy for him, to be honest.
same. I think they create so many chances, and having someone like Balde as his left
Oh
back, he hasn't had that situation. And then a number nine who can just do the basics of number nine play, and then a midfield that can hold on to the ball so that he gets to pick up the ball high on the left wing and just like the basics of his role. He gets to do this for the first time in years.
Can you hear the joy in your voice talking about another team than United? Like, oh man.
I'm happy for the boy, man. I
But
think he's
how many
got a
goals
lot
you
of goals.
reckon? I was gonna say, how many goals you reckon he's
Yeah.
gonna get this season?
I'm gonna assume, assuming there's no big injuries, and he's there for pretty much the whole season. 30 goals all competitions. That's what I'd say, and that's acknowledging he's not gonna start immediately. If he was gonna start in every week, then I'd say more.
Okay.
That's what I believe. Yeah, because off the left or up front in certain games as well. I think he'll play a lot of games, and I think he's just
You think he's
destroyed
as
that league.
good as he used to be?
I don't think he's as quick, but he's still quick enough. And so he's probably not quite the peak Marcus Rashford, but I still think, for me, I'm not watching him seeing things and saying he can't do the things he used to do. Like even when he was at Aston Villa, not prime Rashford, but I still see him able to beat players on the left. I still see him having the quality on the ball that he's always had. So, I think it's mainly been about us more than about him. All of this narrative about him downing tools and blah, blah, blah. It's just, you come to that conclusion if you don't understand the issues that he's had to face on the pitch in the first place. And I think that's what it's all come down to. That's become the prevailing narrative, but Marcus Rashford's been a top player. His issues at United are not his fault mainly, and I think he's gonna thrive. So but
It'll be easy for him. You
Yeah.
better.
yeah, exactly.